Welcome to Behind the Sketch number 4. One of the funniest people I know, one of the most positive people I know, great content creator, great podcast host, very musically inclined, Mr. Tim Murray.
Tell me more about my singing.
Today we're going to talk about a sketch that Tim and I worked on. It's a very relatable sketch. What are you doing in the bathroom? Like, what is anybody doing in the bathroom? There have been countless times where I've gone to the bathroom and I don't even know why I came in there.
Such a funny, hypocritical thing that almost everybody does. Like, please get out of the bathroom, I want to pee. And then the moment you get in there, you're like... Yeah.
It's always fun working on one of Tim's sketches. First of all, I like working on sketches because you're an editor. So I don't have to do the editing, which is always really nice. When we're shooting, it's like, I feel like you know what you want for your cut.
Having edited stuff, it really is like, you're like, all right, there's something there. I don't need a whole nother file that I'm gonna have to watch back. We got enough Michael Henry farting out of his mouth. We don't need more of that. I think we can move on.
Do you go through every single take and like tediously do it? Or you just kind of, sometimes you're just like, I'm happy with this take?
I probably have around like 80 videos now on YouTube. For the first 20, I used to do that. Now what I do is if I found something that I think looks and sounds good, we're done. I'm not watching the rest of the clip. Yeah. And then I kind of put it all together as one long thing, and then I watch it all back. That's my favorite part. If that isn't hitting comedy-wise, then I'll go back and look for a different take of that one.
Like check out a different reaction or a take. Yeah. We should go get into this sketch and let's dive into what are you doing in the bathroom?
There should be a time limit on how long people use the bathroom.
I'll be so fast, I swear.
Great cast. You got Peter Kim, Michael Henry, and you have Michael Bullock.
For Michael Henry and Peter, I wanted to use them because they're both such great improvisers.
I'm going now. No, please, I know you were here first, but I gotta go.
So I noticed you use like a lot of slow motion effects in those moments, and like you did a little bit of fast motion. I actually really like that you did that.
The idea is like that their frenetic, crazy energy, Peter and Michael in the hallway is so nuts that I'm really the juxtaposition of that.
Is that something you do in your everyday life when you're on a public toilet? Do you use the seat covers?
I'm putting skin right to the ball,
I'm like hit or miss with those. It's like Penn Station in New York.
Gosh.
Then like I try it, like they're almost usually out actually.
You're using your own shirt. You're like, I just don't want my skin to touch that.
Is there a worse feeling than a warm toilet seat?
No.
Okay, yeah.
There's really not.
I agree.
That is one of the most horrible. I'd rather it be really smelly than toilet seat be warm. Where's your favorite public place to poo?
I always look for department stores and bookstores.
This guy knows what's up. This guy knows what's up.
The thing is with the department store, and you got to keep this in mind, you got to kind of hunt for it. It's not just like right at the entrance of the exit. It's usually like the second floor of the women's shoes section.
Yes.
And so you have to really like make an effort and like look around.
Yeah. Red carpet interviews.
Hurry up, you freaking bitch.
Dear.
To cut where like the line is being cut off. So I honestly find that like a hilarious little thing because it like abruptly ends what you're about to listen to, so it makes you almost like want to go back and listen to it again.
Yeah.
So I think that's a cool like editing cut technique.
It's a fun style that I agree makes things a lot funnier, but the big reason I was doing it in this one, Michael Henry curses a lot.
Oh, whoa.
Here, diary.
Peter Kim, he's hilarious.
So funny.
You guys collaborate on Slumber Party, or he's involved in Slumber Party, or
we started our podcast called Slumber Party together, but now he's like blowing up so much that he's taking a break from the podcast and doing his own thing.
I know before the quarantine, you were kind of performing, going around the United States, and even doing some like international shows, is that right? You've been doing more of the Slumber Party, like weekly almost?
Yeah.
And so how has that been, like that transition?
It was not, easy to cancel the rest of my tour because I was going to get to travel around, which was going to be fun, and live performing is really fun, but I'm loving just focusing on the video content because I've forced myself to commit to it. 2 videos a week, 1 Slumber Party podcast, which is almost like vlogging, but it doesn't feel like that because I get a guest on there. I've been interviewing women who played Elphaba and like girls who were on the Legally Blonde reality show. And,
that's awesome.
I had a girl from the 3rd season, like the way back when, of American Idol last week. I'm interviewing.
Oh, Diana DeGarmo.
Diana DeGarmo.
Yeah, I love it. Actually, I saw that. I actually watched a little bit. I love Diana DeGarmo. Because Diana, if you're watching this, I'm a huge fan. You got in me, right? Huge fan, all right?
Hey, Diana.
I actually voted for you. Me and my family used to vote for you when you were on American Idol.
That's so crazy. But I find that even like really famous people like Diana DeGarmo, who were part of a TV show where 270 million people were watching
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
Everyone is on the same playing field right now. Everyone is sitting around their houses.
Yeah,
So
and they
I
just
think
want to create and like
they just
make
want
stuff.
to do something.
1, 2, 3.
Pardon me. At the start of the pandemic, I was taking a lot of baths.
The start of the pandemic was one of those weird times, and you have to like find something to preoccupy yourself
do.
with. I feel like I was tapping into things that I was into when I was like 17 all over again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to watch wrestling clips.
Yeah. You were a wrestling fan?
Oh, 1997 to like 2000, I was like a fanatic. Monday Night Raw, Thursday Night SmackDown.
You were talking my language. I was obsessed, probably for different reasons. I had a club in the 6th grade where we called ourselves D-Generation X.
Oh.
Suck it. Nothing encapsulates our generation as much as
Suck it.
It was everywhere.
Oh, it like took over the world.
It really did.
Building up impossible hopes, impossible.
Sounds like
Things are happening
two fairies in there.
every day.
How did you get in here?
Of course, now we meet Nathan Ramos Park.
That's how we met. We were both like starting in musical theater world in New York.
Between New York and LA, is there any like similarities or differences with creating like independent content that you
I
found?
think the biggest thing is sound. It is so hard to create anything in New York because there's so many people everywhere. And the other thing is the apartments are way crappier and smaller. No matter how much money you have, there's just smaller apartments, so there's less space to use. Well, the other thing is the weather. Like, you can film outside of New York maybe 6 months out of the year.
And even during the summer months, it's like brutally hot
It's
sometimes.
so hot. But you do get better. If you're trying to do like a man on the street thing, you want to be in New York.
Yeah, because here in LA, I feel like everyone's just in on the joke.
Exactly.
And everyone is like, cool, yeah, I'll be
I
on
want to be
camera.
famous. In New York, you like, they'll Billy on the street stuff. You run into these like 65-year-old women who've been accountants their whole lives who are like,
get out of my way!
I mean, everyone in New York City is a character.
Yeah.
I will say there's less baloney in New York.
Yeah.
Like, if someone in New York is like, I want to make a video with you, you're going to do it and you get it done and it happens. If someone in LA is like, I love you, I want to make a video with you, and you're like, sure, I'll believe it when I...
Literally.
Everyone is just saying that to each other here,
Yeah.
and it's become like part of the culture that it's fine to say that and not follow through.
I mean, the amount of times people have reached out to me and, oh yeah, let's make a video. And then I'm like, great, like, let's work on it. And then the subsequent 3 hangouts have all been flaked out. Everyone wants to create something, but it's hard to follow through with it. And then when you get to the point of, writing, shooting, editing, all that, there's a lot of work involved.
Yeah.
So sometimes people, like, they only see the final product.
It doesn't really work that way. You can't just like skip the messy middle.
You have to really enjoy making videos because it's a lot of work.
And it can be really unenjoyable. It can be really miserable. So if you find yourself feeling miserable doing it, you got to figure out a different way in, a different way of doing it.
What I've been learning with like doing some tutorials and stuff, it's stuff I really enjoy talking about. I had channels in my past where I was like, oh, maybe I want to be an actor, so I did comedy channels, or maybe I wrote my own sketches, and they just like never really, panned out in the sense. Like, we got 80 subscribers over 1 year of making content. You're like, I don't know if I'll keep doing this. Almost got to just find your niche and find what works for you, whether it's comedy sketches, whether it's shooting demos, tutorials, whether it's just like vlogging, which is cool.
Yeah, and like you said, you have to keep going because they're not all going to be a hit.
He had shat my shorts anyway. Oh.
It's all yours.
So if you're in a Starbucks bathroom or somewhere and someone blows it up in there, would you rather them come out and be like, hey, don't walk in there, or would you rather them just like not even comment on it?
I don't want to talk to you at all. I don't care what you did in there. Just keep it moving. I'm not trying to make friends or a deep relationship on my way into the Starbucks toilet.
I'm going home. Did I deserve to go home? No. Was I the best in this competition? No.
Oh my god, my grandma died just like this!
At a gay party?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She fell.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a parody of Drag Race?
Drag Race,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
They always, whenever they get kicked off, they have to write a message on the makeup mirror in lipstick. And so I thought it would be funny if the idea was that I put on full drag and was doing that while in the bathroom.
Also, I love doing like the little like tag bumper at the end. Because it gives people a little insight, and like if they really enjoy the video, it's like a little like, there's a little extra at the end.
People really want to feel like they know you. That's the whole thing with YouTube. If you just at the end of your videos say, hey, thanks so much, like and subscribe, it is crazy how many more people will subscribe.
Like subscribe.
Yeah.
In a weird way, people don't do it if you don't ask them.
You have to ask for what you need, just like everything else in life. I was at a party with my friends where they put on one of my videos, which was embarrassing enough. They put on the video, and everyone's laughing at it because that's why they wanted to bring it up, so that was great. And then at the end, I was like, if you like this video, like and subscribe. And everyone started laughing at me. And they were like, you sound like such a tool.
Yeah.
And I was so embarrassed. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And then I was like, my friend. Like, who cares? They're not running my business.
So what we're saying is friends.
Your friend.
I think What Are You Doing in the Bathroom was a great success. So I think it's super important to, I think this sketch is super important and should be put in the Smithsonian, honestly, eventually.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored that you asked me to do this because I love all the stuff that you're making and former guests that you've had already. It's like we get together, we talk about it, we're like, thank God for Paul. Like, truly, anyone can like tell jokes, but you are the piece, you are like the puzzle piece for how we get it out to the people.
Well, damn. Well, I appreciate that. So be sure, if you don't already follow Tim or you haven't watched his videos, if you like Broadway and you like some funny sketches and you like some great podcasts, check out his channel because there's some great stuff on there. We want to say, tune in to the WWE because it's some great content. Yeah. Boom.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Last week, we had one of your co-actors in this, Michael Henry. We had just stopped rolling, and I was closing out the camera, and I was letting him know, like, hey, Tim's going to do this next week. This is what his response was, and this was off camera, so he didn't know the cameras were rolling, and he doesn't know I'm sharing this, but...
Is the camera still rolling?
No, I just stopped it.
Okay, good.
Oh, did I mention that Tim Murray's going to come do this?
Oh, really? You know, Tim is actually a total bitch. Total bitch and such a hack. You know, I hung out with him the other day. He smelled like 10 McChickens that had been left out in the sun for too long. I had to cut our hangout short. Anyway, have fun with him. I hope you have some Febreze handy.
Oh. Well, all right.
Michael Henry, meet me in the ring. Friday night, 8 p.m. You versus me, a Royal Rumble. And yeah, I'll bring my stinky ass that you feel so confident, so comfortable talking shit on me about. And you're going down. Cancel Michael Henry. He doesn't vote.
Wow. You heard it there first, guys.